What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, y'all see by the title and the thumbnail, we'll be talking about how to rebuild your sneaker collection to fit your new aesthetic. Now, I made quite a few videos on the channel telling y'all how to rebuild your wardrobe from scratch, how to rebuild your wardrobe to fit your new aesthetic. And I figured we have not talked about sneakers, so I figured I might as well make a video and put y'all boys and girls on game to some different ways that y'all could rebuild your sneaker collection to fit this new aesthetic that you are looking at. And before we get into the actual video, feel free to hit the red subscribe button, hit the like button, and hit the post notification bell so y'all can be notified when your boy uploads another video. And feel free to let me know what type of fashion content y'all would like me to bring to the channel in the comments down below, because I will start knocking those videos out for y'all. Like I've told y'all in all the videos, closed mouths don't get fed. If y'all don't let me know what y'all want to see, I don't know what type of content y'all want me to bring to the channel. And it's literally free, so feel free to let me know in the comments down below what type of fashion content y'all would like me to bring to the channel. But I don't want to talk y'all heads out too much longer, so we finna go and hop straight into today's video. Alright, so to start the video, we're going to start the video talking about the first thing that y'all need to do to rebuild your sneaker collection to fit this new aesthetic. And the first thing that you need to do is define what aesthetic you are looking for. You want to define which aesthetic or aesthetics that you are looking for. Now, you want to identify the style that you want to adapt to, whether it's minimalist, streetwear, retro, or even something else. You can find inspiration from fashion vlogs, social media, or even influencers who embody that aesthetic. Now, this is very critical when it comes to rebuilding your wardrobe and rebuilding your sneaker collection to fit the wardrobe or the aesthetic that you are looking at. You have to define what aesthetics you really want throughout your style before you can figure out what type of shoes and clothes work with the aesthetic that you are trying to jump into. So you want to take your time out your day to actually go out there and really study different aesthetics and look through each aesthetic and really figure out which aesthetic is more you, which is something that you feel like you could really resonate to the style that you already have to really honestly help build your aesthetic. Now, if you don't identify what aesthetic you want, it's going to be a lot harder to figure out what shoes actually work with your aesthetic, because certain shoes only work with certain aesthetics. So that's why I'm saying y'all got to take the time out your day to actually find what aesthetic y'all are looking at first, or which aesthetics y'all are looking at before y'all can decide which sneakers to implement into your style, or which sneakers that you have in your collection already, if they're actually supposed to be there. So y'all got to take the time out y'all day, and y'all actually have to go out there and really do some research on these different aesthetics. You can't just jump into an aesthetic if you don't have research behind the aesthetic, because you're not going to know how to go by the aesthetic, and it's just going to make your process a lot more harder when the process should be easy. The process should be fun. The process shouldn't be stressful at all. So y'all have to define which aesthetic y'all want, or which aesthetics y'all want. Do y'all want your style to be very versatile at the beginning, or do y'all want to start with one aesthetic, figure out this aesthetic, and then once you figure this aesthetic out, you can start implementing other aesthetics around this aesthetic to really help you develop that sneaker collection that you actually want to develop. So like I'm saying, bro, aesthetic plays a big role in a lot of people's fashion journey. If you don't know anything about aesthetics, it's gonna make the process a lot more harder for you. So that's why I'm saying y'all have to really define your aesthetics at the beginning point. That's the first thing y'all need to do before y'all dive in to buying new sneakers, or before y'all dive in to the shoes that you have at this specific moment. Y'all have to define which aesthetics y'all want to go buy. I'm telling y'all this from experience, because there was a point in my fashion journey where I was just buying shoes because I liked the shoe, or I thought the shoe was tough. And when I bought the shoe came in, and I didn't really know how to resonate the sneaker around my style, because I didn't know what aesthetics I was looking at, and I didn't have an idea of what type of ways I wanted to dress and how I wanted to really feel them around my style. So I'm telling y'all this from experience, and I'm telling y'all this to help y'all so y'all don't go down the same route that I went down at the beginning of my fashion journey. Anything that I rely to y'all in videos are things that I have seen or been through throughout my fashion journey. So the first thing y'all need to do if y'all y'all are trying to rebuild your sneaker collection to fit your new aesthetic is y'all want to define what aesthetic y'all want, or define which aesthetics y'all really want to resonate around your style. Y'all want to do your research on these aesthetics. Y'all want to learn a lot of different things about these aesthetics, and y'all want to see how other people that are into this aesthetic perceives this aesthetic on a day-to-day basis, and then figure out how you could really use this aesthetic to really help your style get to the next level. So like I said, the first thing y'all need to do if y'all are trying to rebuild your sneaker collection to fit this new aesthetic is y'all want to define what aesthetics y'all are looking at. Y'all want to identify these different aesthetics. Y'all want to do your research behind these aesthetics, and y'all want to learn a lot of different things about each aesthetic, and then start implementing these aesthetics into the sneakers that you want or the sneakers that you currently have in your collection. All right, so now y'all know the aesthetics that y'all are looking into, or the aesthetic that y'all want to adapt to. Since y'all know this information, now the next thing y'all want to do to rebuild this sneaker collection to align with this new aesthetic or aesthetics is y'all want to go to your current sneaker collection, and y'all want to evaluate your sneaker collection. Y'all want to evaluate every single shoe that you have throughout your sneaker collection, and see which sneakers that you have throughout your collection at the moment that aligns with the aesthetic, or aligns with the aesthetics that you are trying to adapt to. Now you want to include factors such as color, overall vibe, and style. Now this is very critical when it comes to the process of creating this sneaker collection to fit the aesthetic or aesthetics that you are trying to adapt to. Y'all have to go to every single sneaker rack and look at every single sneaker rack. I gotta look at every single sneaker box. Anything that you have in your wardrobe that has to do with sneakers, y'all need to evaluate it. And y'all gotta evaluate your sneakers so you can know what you're working with. And this is gonna give you the time to really figure out which sneakers that you have in your collection at the moment does not align with the aesthetic or the aesthetics that you are trying to jump into. You can choose to put those on the back burner of your sneaker collection and keep these sneakers if you feel like you actually like these sneakers, and these sneakers may be something that you could really use later on down the line to help elevate your style. You can push these sneakers to the side and still free up a little bit of space to purchase some more sneakers that actually align with your collection. Or you could get rid of these shoes if you feel like this is something that you impulsively purchase, this is something that you know for a fact you're not going to wear, or this is something that you know later on down the line you could probably come back and purchase that sneaker without a doubt. You want to just free up some space and find some sneakers that actually align with your style before you decide to just jump into purchasing more sneakers. Because you can get, sometimes throughout fashion, you get to a point to where it's like you're just buying multiple sneakers over and over again. You have a full wardrobe of sneakers and you're not wearing a single sneaker, or you're not using certain sneakers to really help you elevate your style. You're just purchasing sneakers off of hype. You're purchasing off of the impulsively purchases. You're purchasing it because your favorite fashion influencer created a cool outfit that you like, and you don't have a specific reason as to why you purchased that sneaker. This can make your process a lot more harder. It can make your process a lot more confusing, and the sneakers that you're gonna have in your wardrobe just is not gonna align with the way that you actually want to dress. So sneakers plays a big role in the way that you dress. I feel like a lot of people don't honestly talk about this, but sneakers can make or break an outfit. You have to have the right sneakers for the right clothing to make a great outfit. If you don't have the right sneakers to make great outfits, that can intentionally throw off your style or throw off the way that you actually dress. You can lose confidence. And so it's a lot that you go through when it comes to sneakers and fashion. So that's what I'm saying. Like, y'all have to evaluate the current sneaker collection that y'all have before y'all can decide to dive into adding more sneakers into your collection, because you have to know what you have. You have to have a feeling for every single sneaker that you have throughout your wardrobe. If you just have a full wardrobe of sneakers and you don't know what you have, it's gonna make it a lot harder for you to be able to adapt to this new aesthetic or these aesthetics that you are trying to develop into. So like I'm saying, bro, the next thing y'all want to do if y'all really want to rebuild this collection to fit this new aesthetic or aesthetics that you want to adapt to is y'all have to evaluate your current sneaker collection. So put the buying on pause. Quit purchasing sneakers right now and evaluate all the shoes that you have. And when I say evaluate the shoes, I'm not saying just go look and see what sneakers that you have. You want to actually evaluate the aspect of this sneaker. You want to ask yourself, what was my purpose of buying this sneaker? Is this something that I could really use to really help elevate my style? And is this something that I will be wearing regularly throughout my sneaker rotation? Or is this something that I'm gonna wear occasionally, something I'm not gonna wear? This sneaker just looked cool, so I purchased it. There's a lot of different things that y'all really need to be asking yourself while y'all having these sneakers in your collection at this current moment, because every single thing that you purchase, every single sneaker that you purchase should have a purpose. It shouldn't just be buying sneakers to buy it. You should have a purpose for why you're buying a sneaker, and you should have specific different ways that you actually want to fill this sneaker around this new aesthetic or aesthetic. So like I said, bro, the next thing y'all want to do, since y'all have identified these aesthetics that y'all want to adapt to, y'all want to evaluate the current sneaker collection that y'all have right now. Y'all want to see what y'all have. Y'all want to get a feeling for all the sneakers that you have throughout your wardrobe, and then once y'all get a feeling, y'all start freeing up some space, then y'all can start implementing it and learning a lot of different sneakers that will revolve around these aesthetics to help you elevate your style to the next level. Now that y'all have identified the styles or aesthetics that y'all want to adapt to, and y'all have evaluated your entire sneaker collection, the next thing that y'all want to do is something that I know a lot of y'all don't want to hear, and I'm guilty myself, and it's going to be sell or donate unwanted sneakers. Now consider selling online or donating sneakers that no longer fit your aesthetic to charity. Now this can free up space for you to implement new sneakers in the collection. Now like I said, this is something that I know a lot of y'all don't want to hear, because I am guilty myself. When it comes to fashion, a lot of people tend to buy sneakers, buy clothing items, and even if they don't wear the clothing item, they don't want to get rid of a specific clothing item because they feel like they purchased the item for a reason. Like I've told y'all in previous videos, there's a lot of times where y'all impulsively purchase sneakers, y'all impulsively purchase clothing because of things that y'all have seen on the internet, and this has happened to me a lot throughout my fashion journey. I'm gonna actually grab one sneaker that I purchased that I don't want to get rid of the sneaker, but I don't have any reason for me to actually have this sneaker in my collection, and it is these white or cream Mason Miharas. Now a lot of y'all may be looking at me crazy because I know a lot of y'all out there like this sneaker, but I bought this sneaker in like 2021 before the Mason Mihara became a popular sneaker, and I have honestly never wore this sneaker out the crib before. I've never wore this specific sneaker out the crib before, but it's something that I just do not want to get rid of. I'm trying to really train myself to get rid of specific sneakers and clothing that I'm not wearing, and that's why I'm relying this in the video, because like I've told y'all in previous videos, whatever I rely to y'all in videos are things that I have seen or been through in my sneaker collection. Now, I'm currently going through this right now in this specific moment of me filming this video. I've been trying to train myself to really let go of this sneaker, but it is just hard for me to let go of the sneaker because I think it fits perfectly with my styles and my aesthetic, and it fits perfectly in my collection. I just don't have that gratitude to actually wear this sneaker or put together some cool combinated outfits with this sneaker. But this is probably like one of the hardest things when it comes to fashion, is letting go things that you have purchased at specific points through your sneaker collection or through your clothing collection. It's just hard, bro. I know. Listen to me, I know it's hard, but y'all gotta honestly start selling or donating these sneakers to charity, because one man's trash is another man's treasure. That could be somebody else's treasure for their wardrobe, and you're holding on to it because you don't feel like you want to get rid of it. So you gotta get these sneakers out of the collection. You gotta free up some space so you can implement sneakers that actually fit this new aesthetic, so you can have a lot more to wear. Because like I told y'all earlier in the video, you don't want to have a full collection of sneakers and still feel like you don't have anything to wear. You're probably going to be wearing the same sneakers over and over again when you have probably hundreds and thousands of pairs of sneakers that you are not wearing and that are just on ice. You want to be implementing every single sneaker in your collection at some point. You don't just want to be having sneakers sit there and you're not wearing the sneaker. There's no point of you purchasing a sneaker if you're not gonna wear it from time to time or regularly put it through the rotation. So like I'm saying, bro, y'all have to sell or donate unwanted sneakers. I'm telling you, bro, you sell them, you can get some more cash, and you can bring another sneaker in your collection that you have more with. You can do a lot more with another sneaker that you purchase later on down the line. I guarantee you this, bro. So like I'm saying, bro, the next thing that y'all want to do if y'all want to rebuild your sneaker collection to fit this new aesthetic is y'all want to take the time out your day and y'all want to start taking sneakers out of your collection that no longer fit this aesthetic, you're no longer wearing, you know for a fact you're not going to be able to use to really elevate your style, and sneakers that you know for a fact that you will not wear on a day-to-day basis. You want to get those completely out the wardrobe and you want to free up some more space so you can bring sneakers that you could really use to really help elevate your style, sneakers that you're going to wear on a day-to-day basis, and sneakers that you're going to be putting regularly throughout the rotation. You just want to have a wardrobe full of sneakers that you love, sneakers that you know for a fact that you're enjoying, and sneakers that you are wearing. So like I said, if y'all really want to rebuild your collection to fit this new aesthetic, I will honestly tell y'all to start donating and selling unwanted sneakers or unworn sneakers or sneakers that don't fit the aesthetic or aesthetics that you are trying to adapt to. You're not going to be able to adapt to this new aesthetic if you have a bunch of sneakers throughout your wardrobe that has nothing to do with this aesthetic. Like I told y'all earlier in the video, bro, sneakers plays a big role in how your outfits are put together. If you are not wearing the right sneakers for the outfits that you are wearing, it can completely throw off your style and it can completely throw off the look of the outfit. So y'all have to pay more attention to the shoes that y'all are wearing and figure out what sneakers actually work with the clothes that you are wearing, the aesthetics that you have adapted to, and the ways that you put together clothes and how clothes are falling on your body. So start getting rid of the sneakers that y'all no longer want, sneakers that y'all know for a fact don't look good with the aesthetic that you are trying to adapt to or you are adapting to, and just go on and get rid of them, bro. Like I said, I know it's the hardest part throughout a fashion journey is getting rid of something that you have bought earlier or bought in some point throughout your style journey. It may have worked earlier in your style journey, but now it may not work because your style has elevated and your style has shifted. So this may not be in this chapter of your style journey. So like I said, bro, the next thing y'all need to do if y'all really want to rebuild your collection to fit this new aesthetic is y'all want to start selling and donating unwanted sneakers. Alright, so that indeed is gonna wrap up today's video. I hope this video entertains you. I hope this video informs you, and I hope this video just helped y'all rebuild that sneaker collection to fit this new aesthetic. I hope y'all just enjoy the content that I've been posting previously on the channel. I know I ain't been as consistent as I should be, but like I did state in the last video, Tynotrixh ain't been feeling like Tynotrixh, but we back to feeling like Tynotrixh. So we finna start dropping some more fashion content for y'all, and feel free to let me know what y'all want to see on the channel in the comments down below, because like I've told y'all over and over again, closed mouths don't get fed. If y'all don't let me know what y'all want to see, I don't know what type of content y'all want me to post on the channel. And before we wrap up the video, if you are new, make sure you hit that red subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that post notification bell so you can be notified when your boy uploads another video. It's literally free. It does nothing but helps the channel continue to prosper, and it helps the channel continue to grow. So feel free to do that for your boy if you enjoy the content that I post on this channel. But that indeed is gonna wrap up today's video. It's been your boy Ty, aka Tynotrixh, and I will catch y'all in my next video.